Hello guys, welcome to mathematics classes by Nikita. So we were solving the exemplar which is based on chapter 1, that is sets, and if you remember in the last two videos I have covered till question number 17. So let's start with question number 18 now. Okay, so question number 18 says, now using properties of sets prove the statements given in exercise 18 to 22. So that means you just have to use the properties of sets. That means you can use any law, any axiom which we have already studied. Okay, and then you have to prove it, whatever is given in there. So question number 18 says, for all sets A and B, A union bracket B minus A is equal to A union B. Now first of all, you can easily see this by Venn diagram. So if I plot the Venn diagram, then suppose this is your A and this is your B. So this is your A and this is your B. So what is B minus A? B minus A is this portion. Got it? And what is A? A is this whole. Now if I take their union, I will get A union B. This is what you have to prove. So let's prove now. Question number 18. So let us start with LHS. So LHS is equal to A union B minus A. Now note that this B minus A can be written as B intersection with A complement. So in bracket you can write since B minus A is equal to B intersection A complement. You can see from here also that B minus A, from the Venn diagram, that B minus A is nothing but B intersection with A complement. Okay, now here I will apply distributive property. So this will be equal to A union B intersection A union A complement. So in the bracket you can write that you have used the distributive property. Now this is again equal to, now what is A union A complement? A union A complement is your universal set. So since A union A complement is equal to U. So U always denote the universal set. Now if I take the intersection of any set with the universal set, the result will be the set itself. So therefore this will be equal to A union B. And the reason is since A intersection with U is equal to A, and this is nothing but your right hand side. So therefore we have proved that LHS is equal to RHS. So in the end you can write hence proved. That means you have proved the statement. Now in the next question number 19, for all sets A and B, you have to prove that A minus bracket A minus B is equal to A intersection B. Now again you can do it, you can just visualize it with the help of the Venn diagram as I have done in question number 18 yourself. So I am starting with the proof. So start with the LHS. So LHS is given to be A minus B, and you have to prove that this is equal to A intersection B. So first of all this is equal to A minus, ब्रैकेट में A माइनस बी गिवन है तो ब्रैकेट वाले को हम लिख सकते हैं A इंटरसेक्शन B कॉम्प्लीमेंट. सो द रीज़न इज सिंस A माइनस B is equal to A intersection B complement. Now this is A minus and this can be regarded as some set. So therefore this can be written as A intersection with A intersection B complement whole complement. Again you have used that property only, that A minus B is equal to A intersection B complement. Now this is equal to A intersection with, now we have A intersection B complement whole complement. So here I can use my De Morgan's law. So this is A complement union with B complement complement. Okay, so here we have used, or since A intersection B complement is equal to A complement union B complement. Now this is equal to A intersection with A complement union B. Why? Because since B complement is equal to B. Okay. Now this is equal to. Now again I am applying the distributive property. जहाँ पे भी आपको लगता है कि एक intersection है और union है like this, so you can apply the और reverse you have. इधर आपके पास union है और इधर आपके पास intersection है, so you can use the distributive property. So this will be equal to A intersection A complement union with A intersection B. So what I have used? I have used the distributive property, and this is equal to, now A intersection A complement is empty set, and this is equal to, so since A intersection A complement is equal to phi, now this is equal to, now whenever you take the union of some set with phi, you will get the set itself. So this is equal to A intersection B, and the reason is since phi union A is equal to A, and this was what? This was your right hand side. So therefore hence we can write hence proved. Okay, now let's see the next question. Question number 20 says, for all sets A and B, you have to prove that A minus A intersection B in the bracket is equal to A minus B. So question number 20. So start with the left hand side. So LHS is given to be A minus A intersection B, and you have to prove that this is equal to A minus B. So first of all, you can regard this as the whole set. Okay, some set. So A minus this set will be equal to A intersection B whole complement. So the reason is that A minus B is equal to A intersection B complement. So I have used this property. यहाँ जो मैं B लिख रही हूँ, this is just for the understanding that which property I am using of sets. Okay. Now this will be equal to A intersection B whole complement. So therefore this will be equal to A complement union with B complement. So which property we have used? That A intersection B whole complement is equal to A complement union with B complement, and this is equal to, now I can apply the distributive property. So this will be equal to A intersection A complement union with A intersection B complement. So I have used the distributive property. Now A intersection A complement is phi union with A intersection B complement. So here I have used the fact that A intersection A complement is phi, and this will be equal to A intersection B complement. That means that A union phi is equal to A, and A intersection B complement is nothing but A minus B, which is equal to your right hand side, and this was to be proved, so hence proved. Okay, now let's do question number 21. For all sets A and B, A union B is A union B in bracket then minus B is equal to A minus B. So question number 21, LHS is given to be A union B bracket then minus B, and you have to prove that this is equal to A minus B. Now first of all, this is equal to A union B intersection with B complement. So which property we have used? That A minus B is equal to A intersection B complement, and this is equal to, now I am applying the distributive property. So first of all, I can write this as B complement intersection A union B. So here I have used commutativity. That means I have used that A intersection B is same as B intersection A. This is further equal to, now I am applying the distributivity. B complement intersection A union with B complement intersection B. So what I have applied? I have applied distributive property. Now this is equal to A intersection B complement. Again I have applied commutativity, union with, and this is equal to phi. So what I have applied, first of all I have applied that A intersection B is same as B intersection A, and A intersection A complement is equal to phi, and this is equal to A intersection B complement. So here I have applied that A union phi is equal to A, and this is what? This is A minus B, which is equal to your right hand side. So therefore I can write hence proved. Okay. If you have any problem, please mention in the comment section. I'll try to solve your problem in the next video. Now let's see question number 22. Question number 22 says, let T equal to this set, that is all those x such that this condition is given on x. Is T an empty set? Justify your answer. So basically we have to find the set T. So we have to find all those x which satisfy this condition. So basically you have to solve this equation. On both the sides you are having the rational functions. Okay. So you have a numerator and you have a denominator, both the sides. So let's solve this. So question number 22, it is given that let T equal to all those x such that x plus 5 divided by x minus 7 minus 5 is equal to 4x minus 40 divided by 13 minus x. So consider this: x plus 5 divided by x minus 7 minus 5 is equal to 4x minus 40 divided by 13 minus x. First of all, take the LCM on the LHS. That means here you can take the LCM. So therefore what you will get, x plus 5 minus 5 times x minus 7 whole divided by x minus 7 is equal to 4x minus 40 divided by 13 minus x. Now you cross multiply. So take this denominator on the right hand side and take this denominator on the left hand side. So you will get 13 minus x bracket, then in the bracket you will get x plus 5 minus 5x plus 35 is equal to 4x minus 40 then into x minus 7. Now simplify this, you will get 13 minus x into 40 minus 4x is equal to 4x minus 40 into x minus 7. Now let's bring all this on one side. Okay? See, first of all, you cannot cancel out the common term which you are seeing is 40 minus 4x. Why? Because जो terms आप cancel करते हो, those terms should be not equal to 0. But यहाँ पे x जो है that's an variable. So अभी मुझे नहीं पता कि whether 40 minus 4x is 0 or not. ठीक है? So therefore what I will do is I will bring all the things on one side. That means 13 minus x into 40 minus 4x minus 4x minus 40 into x minus 7 equal to 0. यही आएगा आपके पास. Now from here what you can do is you can take common 40 minus 4x. So therefore this implies if I take common 40 minus 4x, you will get 13 minus x, then क्योंकि आपने 40 माइनस 4x कॉमन लिया है तो यहाँ पे एक नेगेटिव साइन आएगा, तो नेगेटिव नेगेटिव प्लस बन जाएगा, तो प्लस x माइनस 7 is equal to 0, and this implies that 40 minus 4x and this is equal to x और x तो कैंसिल हो गया, -x + x, तो 13 - 7, so this is equal to 6 equal to 0. So this implies that 40 - 4x is equal to 0, since 6 is not equal to 0, and from here you get that x is equal to 10. So therefore t is equal to singleton 10. So that means t is non-empty. हमें पूछा गया था is t an empty set? So the answer is that t is non-empty set. Justify your answer. हमने justify करके बता दिया है that t contains a single element which is equal to 10. Okay. So the important point here was that in this equation you cannot cancel out for 40 - 4x. आप इसको लिख सकते हो माइनस ऑफ, इस टर्म को क्या लिख सकते हो, माइनस ऑफ 40 - 4x, बट यू कैनॉट कैंसिल. कैंसिल हम जब ही करते हैं जब हमें पता हो कि कोई टर्म नॉन ज़ीरो है. दिस वॉज द इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट टू नोट इन दिस क्वेश्चन. नाउ लेट्स डू क्वेश्चन नंबर 23. So these are your long answer type questions, so that means they are little long in solving. So let A, B and C be sets, then show that A intersection B union C is equal to A intersection B union with A intersection C. So that means now you have to prove the distributive law, which you have already studied in the chapter of sets as a property. So now we are asking that please prove this. So again, very easy, nothing to worry about this. So what you have to show is to show that A intersection B union C is equal to A intersection B union with A intersection C. That means you have two distributive laws. That means intersection is distributive over union, and other way around is that union is distributive over intersection. So let's prove this. So first we will prove one side. That means first we will prove that A intersection B union C is contained in A intersection B union with A intersection C. So start with any arbitrary element x. So let x belongs to A intersection B union C. This implies what? This implies that x belongs to A, और intersection की वजह से and आ जाएगा, and x belongs to B union C. Now from here I get that x belongs to A, and now x belongs to B union C. So this can be written as x belongs to B or x belongs to C, क्योंकि यूनियन का मतलब होता है और. Now see, this whole statement can be written as x belongs to A and x belongs to B bracket, then or x belongs to A and x belongs to C. Now the first bracket will give you that x belongs to A intersection B, and the second bracket will give you that x belongs to A intersection C. And since you have or in between, so you will get x belongs to A intersection B union with A intersection C. So this was to be proved. So therefore A intersection with B union C is contained in A intersection B union with A intersection C. So mark this as 1. Now conversely we will show that. So now we will show that A intersection B union with A intersection C is contained in A intersection with B union C. So start with any arbitrary element on the left hand side. So let y belongs to A intersection B union with A intersection C. Now from here you get that y belongs to A intersection B or y belongs to A intersection C. Okay, and this implies that y belongs to A and y belongs to B in a bracket, then or y belongs to A and y belongs to C. Now this last statement can be written as y belongs to A, okay, this I have taken common, and then in bracket I can write y belongs to B or y belongs to C, okay, and this implies that y belongs to A and y belongs to B union C. And this implies that y belongs to A intersection with B union C. यही proof करना था. So therefore what you get that A intersection B union with A intersection C is contained in A intersection with B union C. Mark this as 2. And from 1 and 2, we get that A intersection B union C is equal to A intersection B union with A intersection C. So hence proved. Now let's see the next question. Now the word problems have started. So question number 24. Out of 100 students, 15 passed in English, 12 passed in mathematics, 8 in science, 6 in English and maths, 7 in maths and science, 4 in English and science, 4 in all three. Find how many passed, number 1, in English and maths but not in science. So like this you have to find all the given questions. Okay, so the data is given to you. Now first of all, what is given to you? Or let's first of all define the sets. So let U denote the universal set of students. Now you have 3 subjects, math, science and English. So therefore let M denote the set of students who passed in mathematics. Okay. And similarly let S denote the set of students who passed in science, and let E denote the set of students who passed in English. So this is how I have defined the sets. Now what information is given to you? Now first of all, it is given that the number of elements in U is equal to 100. Number of elements in M is equal to 12. Number of elements in the set E is equal to 15. And number of elements in the set S is equal to 8. Further, it is given that 6 in English and maths. So and laga hua hai, so that means intersection. So therefore you have English and maths. So E intersection M is equal to 6. Then you have maths and science. So maths and science. So therefore I'll have N of M intersection S is equal to 7. Then I have English and science. So English and science, it is given 4 and 4 in all three. So that means N of E intersection M intersection S is given to be 4. Okay, now first of all let's draw the Venn diagram so the things are clear to you. So suppose this is the set for English, E, the first circle, second circle for maths, and the third circle is for science. Now what I'm doing is I'm marking this portion as A. ठीक है, जो खाली ये वाला portion है. So don't confuse, this portion is A. Only this portion. So this is your A. So like this I'm marking all the portion. So A, then you have B, then you have C, then you have D, then E, then F, and this is your G. Got it? So this is how I have just given naming to these portions. Now in the first part you have to find how many students have passed English and maths but not science. So English and maths but not science. अब देखो English and maths is this portion, English and maths but not science. So that means you have to find this, English and maths but not science. So you have to find B. So in the first part we have to find small b. ठीक है. Now how to find small b first of all? Now see, first of all let's find all the values A, B, C, D, E, F and G. Okay, so first let's find the values of A, B, C, D, E, F and G. Now what is E? E is the number of students who have passed all the three subjects. So E is equal to number of students who have passed. So note from the diagram, from the Venn diagram, that E is equal to the number of students who have passed English, maths as well as science, which is given to you. It is given to be 4. Okay, and now next information which is given to you is that n of E intersection M is equal to 6. So given क्या है? That n of E intersection M is equal to 6. So the number of students who have passed English and maths. तो English and maths के अंदर क्या क्या आ रहा है? B plus E. It is B plus E. So this is equal to B plus E. So this implies that B is equal to 6 minus E, and E we already know, this is equal to 6 minus 4, which is equal to 2. Now next it is given that n of M intersection S is 7. So M intersection S is equal to 7. Now let's see what is M intersection S in the diagram. Now M intersection S is basically this portion, E plus F. M or F's का intersection is E plus F. So this is equal to E plus F, and from here you get that F is equal to 7 minus E, which is equal to 7 minus 4, which is equal to 3. Now next it is given that n of E intersection S is 4. But what is E intersection S from the diagram? E और S का intersection अगर आप लोगे तो आपके पास आएगा D plus E. ठीक है, D plus E. अगर मैं आपको यहाँ से दिखाऊं तो E और S का intersection is D plus E. So D plus E. So we have E intersection S is equal to 4, which is equal to D plus E, and from here I get that D is equal to 4 minus E, which is equal to 4 minus 4, which is equal to 0. So note these values. B is equal to 2, F is equal to 3, and D is equal to 4. Now next, what is given to us? That n of m is 12. ठीक है, n of m is 12. So n of m is equal to 12. Now from the diagram, what is n of m? N of m is number of students who have passed mathematics, and this is equal to B plus E. So if I show you, this is this portion, so it is B plus C plus E plus F. So B plus C plus E plus F. So B plus C plus E plus F. Now put all the values. तो मुझे B की वैल्यू पता है 2, सो 2, C की वैल्यू नहीं पता, E मेरे पास है 4, F की वैल्यू मेरे पास है 3. So this is equal to 12. And from here you will get that C is equal to, so it will be 12 minus 9, which is equal to 3. So C is equal to 3. Now next, it is given that n of E is equal to 15. And from the diagram, what is n of E? So n of E is equal to this, which is equal to A plus B plus D plus E, which is equal to A plus B plus D plus E. And from here, just put the values. So B is 2, then D is 0, and then E we know is 4. This is equal to 15. And from here, A will be equal to 15 minus 6, which is equal to 9. So that means A is equal to 9. Now next, we know that n of S is equal to 8. And from the diagram, what is n of S? Let me show you n of S. So n of S is this portion, this whole circle, and this is equal to D plus E plus F plus G. So this is D plus E plus F plus G. Now put the values. This implies D was 0, E was 4. What is F and G? F is 3 and G you have to find. This is equal to 8, and from here you get that G is equal to 8 minus 7, which is equal to 1. So G is equal to 1. Now in the first part you have to find students who passed in English and Maths but not Science. So only English and Maths but not Science. So English and Maths but not Science means that you have to find B. You have to find B. So in the first part we have to find B, which is equal to 2. Okay, so I will write B is equal to 2. So hence 2 students passed English and Maths but not Science. Okay, now in the second part you have to find how many passed in Maths and Science but not in English. So Maths and Science but not English. See the diagram. Maths और Science का intersection देखो. Maths और Science but not English. So that means Maths और Science का intersection ये है but not English. तो E को हटा दो, तो that means आपको खाली F find करना है. So that means you have to find F, which is given to be 3. हमने निकाल रखे values. So here we have to find f, and f is equal to 3. So hence 3 students passed maths and science but not in English. Now the third part, you have to find in maths only. So maths only means you have to find khali itna portion, only this portion. This is maths only. Okay, so this is C. So you have to find C, and C you can see is 3. So I'll write in the third part we have to find the value of C, and C is equal to 3, which we have found earlier. So hence 3 students passed only in maths. Okay, now fourth part. Now in the fourth part you have to find in more than one subject only. So more than one subject. So more than one subject means एक से ज़्यादा. तो एक से ज़्यादा means आपको B फाइंड करना है, आपको D फाइंड करना है, आपको F फाइंड करना है और आपको E फाइंड करना है, और इन सब का सम फाइंड करना है. ठीक है. सो मोर देन वन, A, C और G को निकाल देना है. ठीक है. सो यू हैव टू फाइंड B plus D plus F plus E. So we will write that we have to find B plus D plus E plus F, which is equal to, now B is equal to 2, D is equal to, I think it was, D was 0, E was 4, and F is 3, which is equal to 6 plus 3, 9. So that means 9 students passed in more than one subject. So this is how you have to do this question. So the most important thing in this question is the Venn diagram. अगर आपको ये Venn diagram समझ आ गया, so whatever is given to you here, you can just first of all see the Venn diagram and visualize. ठीक है. तो आपको कौन सी values find करनी है, और जितना भी data आपको given है उसके through you can find all the values. So very easy, very important thing to note here is the Venn diagram. Now let's see the next question. So next question says that, so question number 25. In a class of 60 students, 25 students play cricket and 20 students play tennis and 10 students play both the games. Find the number of students who play neither. So first of all, let's formulate this problem. So let U denote the set of students. Now here we are talking about two games, cricket and tennis. So let C denote, capital C denote the set of students who play cricket and let T denote the set of students who play tennis. Now what is given to us? What values are given to us? It is given that n of U is equal to 60, n of C is equal to 25, n of T is equal to 10, sorry, n of t is equal to 20, and both the games, that means n of c intersection t is equal to 10. You have to find the number of students who play neither. So neither means you have to find the number of students who play neither cricket nor tennis. So what you have to find? To find n of c complement intersection with t complement. So this is neither cricket, this is nor, and this is neither tennis. And we know that n of c complement intersection t complement is equal to n of c union t whole complement, which is equal to n of u minus n of c union t, and just put the formula of c union t. So this will be equal to n of c, n of t, then minus minus plus हो जाएगा, so plus n of c intersection t. Now just put the values. So 60 minus 25 minus 20 and plus 10. So this will be equal to 60 minus 20 is 40, 40 minus 25 is 40 minus 25 is 15, and 15 plus 10 is 25. Okay, so this is your answer. Now let's do question number 26. Question number 26 says that in a survey of 200 students of a school, it was found that 120 study mathematics, 90 study physics, and 70 study chemistry. 40 study maths and physics, 30 study physics and chemistry, 50 study chemistry and maths, and 20 none of these subjects. Okay, none of these subjects. Find the number of students who study all the three subjects. So again, first let's formulate this problem, question number 26. So let U denote the set of students. So this is your universal set. So now here we are talking about three subjects. First is maths, then physics, and then chemistry. So let M denote the set of students who study maths, and similarly let P denote the set of students who study physics, and let capital C denote the set of students who study chemistry. Now what is given to you? What data is given to you? It is given that n of U is equal to 200, n of M is equal to 120, n of P is equal to 90, n of C is equal to 70, then 40 study maths and physics. So and है बीच में, so therefore we will say intersection. So n of M intersection P, this is equal to 40. Then you have physics and chemistry. So P intersection C is 30, and then you have 50 study chemistry and physics. So chemistry and maths. So C intersection M is equal to 50, and 20 none. So none means, that means you have been given that M complement intersection, P complement intersection, C complement is equal to 20. So this is the main point of the question. So neither maths nor physics nor chemistry. And what you have to find? You have to find the number of students who study all the three subjects. That means you have to find n of M intersection P intersection C. Now use this formula. first of all, using this, I can write this as that this is equal to M union P union C whole complement. यही आएगा आपके पास. And what is this? This is N of U minus N of M union P union C. And here you can apply the formula of union for 3 sets, which is equal to N of U minus यहाँ आपके पास माइनस आ जाएगा. तो साइन इसलिए रिवर्स हुए क्योंकि यहाँ हमारे पास माइनस साइन था. ठीक है. सो प्लस, सॉरी माइनस आएगा मेरे पास यहाँ पे. Now just put the values. Now first of all, इसकी वैल्यू हमें दे रखी है 20. So 20 is equal to 200 minus 120 minus 90 minus 70, then plus M intersection P. So M intersection P is 40, then plus 30, then plus 50, and then minus ये आपको निकालना है. तो इसको हम x बोल देते हैं. So from here we get that this is equal to, that x is equal to 200 minus 120 minus 90 minus 70 plus 40 plus 30 plus 50 minus 20, which is equal to 200 minus 120 is 80, 80 minus 90 is minus 10, minus 10 minus 70 is minus 80, minus 80 plus 40 is minus 40, minus 40 plus 30 is minus 10, minus 10 plus 50 is plus 40, plus 40 minus 20 is 20. So hence 20 students is equal to x. And what was x? X is that the number of students who study all the three subjects. So 20 students study all 3 subjects. Okay, so I am stopping here. We have done till question number 26. Remaining questions I will do in the next video. Please like and subscribe my channel, and please practice the questions yourself also. After watching the video once, close it, take out your notebook, pen, and solve the questions yourself. Okay, this will give you confidence in yourself that yes, you can solve the questions yourselves. Okay, thank you for watching my videos. Goodbye.